In this video, I will discuss some Newton laws of motion problems from previous year question papers of IIT JEE. This is question number 1. A long horizontal rod has a bead which can slide along its length and is initially placed at a distance L from one end A of the rod. The rod is set in angular motion about A with constant angular acceleration alpha. If the coefficient of friction between the rod and the bead is mu and gravity is neglected, then the time after which the bead starts slipping is. So this is a long rod and it's fixed at end A and a bead is placed at a distance L from it and is being rotated with a constant angular acceleration alpha. So the angular speed will keep on increasing, and once it crosses a particular value, the centrifugal force will exceed the friction force which can stop it from moving. So at that speed, the bead will start slipping. Drawing the free body diagram of the bead, the centrifugal force is acting radially outward, m omega square L, and the friction force is mu into n, that is radially inward, and the normal reaction is the one which is pushing the bead in the circular motion. And let the bead accelerate with the linear acceleration alpha. So we get normal reaction as m into a, and equating the force in this radial direction, we get friction force mu into n as m omega square into L. And normal reaction is m into a. So using that, we get mu into alpha into L. The angular acceleration a is related to the linear acceleration e is related to the angular acceleration alpha as a equal to alpha into L. So from this we get the omega, the angular speed as square root of mu into L, and omega equal to omega naught plus alpha into t. Initially the rod is at rest, so bead is also not moving, so omega naught is 0. So the time at which the bead attains a angular speed omega equal to this value is square root of mu into mu by alpha. So the correct option is option E. This is the next question. An insect crawls up a hemispherical surface very slowly. The coefficient of friction between the surface and the insect is 1/3. If line joining the center of the hemispherical surface to the insect makes an angle alpha with vertical, the maximum possible value of alpha is. So the insect is crawling up. Beyond a certain height, the force which is acting, pulling it down, which is the component of the weight, will be more than the friction force which the surface can provide. So at that angle it will start slipping. So this is the free body diagram of the insect. The force is acting on its weight mg. The normal reaction which will be along the normal to the surface, and the friction force will be tangential to the surface. So writing the equation, we get n equal to mg cos alpha. The angle between the vertical and the normal is alpha. So this is this same angle which is between the vertical and the normal, it's alpha. So mg cos alpha will balance the normal reaction, and mg sin alpha will balance the friction force. And the friction force is the maximum friction force mu dn, because we're finding the maximum value of alpha. So dividing these two, we get mu as tan alpha, and mu is 1/3. So from that we get cot alpha as 3. So the correct option is option A. This is the next question. A string of negligible mass going over a clamp pulley of mass m supports a block of mass capital M as shown in the figure. The force on the pulley by the clamp is given by. So there is interaction between the clamp and this pulley. So that force is the normal reaction. So drawing the free body diagram of the pulley, the force is acting on the pulley at its weight mg. M is the weight of the mass of the pulley, and the two tensions on the rope, and the normal reaction which is because of the interaction between the clamp and the pulley. And this is the normal reaction force we have to find out. And the free body diagram of the capital M mass is weight is mg downwards and the tension is upwards. So this normal reaction should balance these three forces. So the resultant of these three forces T in the horizontal direction and T plus mg on the vertical direction. So the resultant of this is T square plus T plus mg whole square. that should be equal to the normal reaction square. And tension we can find from this as T equal to mg. So using that we get normal reaction square as m square plus m whole square into g square. From that we get normal reaction as square root of this one into g. So the correct option is option D. Here we assume that the tension on both the sides of the pulley are same. This is true when the pulleys are massless and the strings are massless and there is no friction in the pulley. But here the pulley has got some mass, but still this assumption is valid. Let us see how. Here I have drawn the free body diagram of the pulley with a different tension T1 on the horizontal side. And I have shown all the forces acting on the pulley. So if we take the net torque acting on the pulley about this pivot point, we get as T1 into R minus T into R. The forces normal reaction in the weight mg are passing through this point about which the torque is being calculated. So the torque of these two forces will be 0. And the net torque is I into alpha, where I is moment of inertia of the pulley. And since the pulley is at rest, alpha is 0. So that means that T1 and T are same. So this assumption is valid. This is the next question. The pulleys and string shown in the figure are smooth and of negligible mass. For a system to remain in equilibrium, the angle theta should be. This is a very simple question. Let's draw the free body diagram of the masses. The mass square root of 2 into m, its weight square root 2 into mg, and the two tensions making angle theta. I am drawing the free body diagram of one of the small masses m. The tension is equal to mg. So here we get square root of 2 mg as 2t cos theta, and using t as mg we get cos theta as 1 by root 2. That means that angle theta is 45 degrees. Correct option is option C. This is the next question. What is the maximum value of the force F such that the block shown in the arrangement does not move? So there is a force acting at an angle 60 degrees. So drawing the free body diagram of the block, the forces are the weight mg, the normal reaction n, and this given force at an angle 60 degrees. And since the force will try to push the block towards right, the friction force will be opposite, so it will be towards left. So writing the equations, we get in the vertical direction we get n equal to mg plus f sine 60. F cos theta is along the horizontal direction, f sine 60 is in the vertical direction. And writing the equation in the horizontal direction we get f equal to f cos 60. And this friction force will be maximum friction force because we have to find out the maximum value of this upright force so that it doesn't move. So dividing these two we get mu as f cos 60 divided by mg plus f sine 60. So from this we get mu mg equal to f cos 60 minus mu sine 60. We have to take this on the other side and bring this f on one side. And cos 60 is half and sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So this whole thing is 1/4. So from this we get the applied force F as 4 times mu mg. And mu is being given as 1 by 2 root 3. And the mass is root 3 kg. So mass is root 3. So putting all those things we get F as 2 into g. And g is 10. So the correct option is option E.